Welcome everybody to an all-new episode of our battery talk. Today we are going to cover battery test bed integration. We are going to meet Sven Seifert, Global Segment Manager for Battery Test Systems, and Jürgen Fabian, System Line Manager in the very same segment. Let's go.
Hi, Dom.
Hello, Jürgen.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet the both of you. So we were introducing battery test integration and entire battery systems, which implies that we as AVL are a general contractor for the customer and we deliver turnkey solutions. Sven, can you explain those terms, a turnkey solution and general contractor, and can you point out which products are part and which services maybe are part of this?
Yeah, of course. What means turnkey for us? Turnkey is, from my understanding, an overall package. It's a combination of different test solutions to our customers, and compliant to the international standards and regulation, which these individual test sequences, which are necessary for that. So, together with the customer, we analyze the requirements for the individual tests and propose them a solution. This solution could contain just the test system by itself, but of course a full facility, including installation and the full logistic process behind that. We differentiate between performance testing, validation, life cycling testing, and the abuse and environmental testing, everything related to the battery. So, and the test systems by themselves, including these overall ecosystems, are integrated in a software architecture which contains the lab management for the overall laboratory or the automation system for the individual testbed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so lab management and energy management, these are broad terms. Jürgen, maybe you can explain them a little bit in detail for us?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, David. Yeah. So lab management is a very holistic approach. So it is a software tool where our customer is supported in the whole workflow and all its processes. So for instance, we start with the very first phase of the planning, the preparation, also during gaining all the measurement data. And of course, we also use it for statistical analysis. So it really should help our customer to have an efficient workflow through all the process in the facility. And energy management is also something we would see as an add-on to lab management, as energy management should control and monitor all the energy flows in a battery lab. So the big benefit is that we can save money and also the footprint, CO2 footprint, during all those optimizations, yielding savings in costs and emissions.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. For you guys watching, we will have a separate BATTalk on this topic where we go into detail, but let's focus on the battery integration here. You mentioned the safety. What exactly does this mean for the integration of test systems?
Mm-hmm. Safety is a very high concern to us. So we also have a broad portfolio of different safety measures. For instance, we also have burst discs for pressure relief, we have water mist systems, we have gas ionization, and we have the possibility of a flooding option for our climatic chambers. Well, however, it is not intended to give the battery a nice swim day, but moreover to protect the people and the building from hazard events and from fire, of course.
Indeed, I've heard in the news that electrical cars can start burning on the roads. So Sven, does this happen in the testbed as well? And if yes, how can we minimize the risk?
Yeah, safety is the key point during testing, cell up to battery, of course. During the individual stages of the battery development, there are different measures necessary. Depending on the analysis together with our customers or the proposal from our side, we integrate these different measures. And it is regarding to the individual hazards level of the battery system. So we usually integrate 3 individual steps. The first is we have to analyze the gas, and if we reach the limit for explosive gases inside, we give feedback to the customer, and we start the ATEX ventilation or initization depending on the chamber size. The most important point is that we avoid the thermal runaway. If the temperatures still increase, we start the fire suppression and cool down the battery. And the third step is, if the thermal runaway happens, we have to flood the battery or the complete chamber.
Okay, so we have a solution in place for this. I want to come back to the problem on the road. How can the OEM, Jürgen, make sure that this doesn't happen and that the batteries are tested in the right way?
Exactly, yeah. So first of all, we have to understand that OEMs are obliged to comply to all those international standards and regulations. So that means that all the OEMs have to make really carefully all those procedures and regulations to really get the certification for each battery. So we distinguish between a lot of different tests, for instance, environmental tests, performance tests, and abuse tests. And especially for abuse tests, we consider our nail penetration tests, also salt immersion tests, and fuel fire tests, and many, many more.
Well, it's so many tests. How can we make sure that the customer complies with all of them?
David, the key point is the so-called design validation plan. The design validation plans includes a couple of tests, electrical, mechanical, thermal tests in the range of in the field of performance to abuse to environmental tests. So together with our colleagues from powertrain engineering inside AVL, we analyzed the international standards which are necessary to cover, which we have to cover, and we analyze the needs for the test systems and bring the combination of both to our customers. So of course we can give them a proposal for their own DVP if they are not experienced. But if they are experienced, they have a dedicated DVP for their own battery, and we can, based on this DVP, let me say, we can tailor a customized solution to fulfill the test requirements and the scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a pretty complex topic. That's what I understand from it. Is there any way that we can help OEMs to design this DVP?
Yeah, for sure there is. So either the OEM want to do it on its own, so this is also fine. But in case you need support, we also can do this with our so-called e-library, which is also a software tool with all those predefined standards and regulations we talked before. So if our customer wants to have a specific standard, we can give him, so to speak, the template, performing it and helping him or supporting him during this tests. So actually he only has to do the parameters for our UUTs, so meaning temperature, voltage, current, the C rates and so on. And if all those safety limits are defined, you just press the play button and actually, here we go.
That sounds very easy.
It is.
So let's assume I am a customer. How does the procedure look like to come from my battery development plan to a fully operating battery test lab?
Of course, the first contact point for you is the local sales organization in your region. Depending on your expectations and the complexity of your requirements, he will analyze with you and propose your solution, or he contact the headquarter in Graz, and we can support you, of course, and propose you an appropriate offer to your requirements. After this offering phase, we go into the detailed engineering design phase, the execution phase, and of course, we hand over the full lab and support you during, if necessary, during service and operation.
Great. Okay. Yeah, thanks you two for the explanation of this very exciting topic. To conclude this, we as AVL, we are a turnkey. We provide turnkey solutions. We are a general contractor. Safety regulations are very important when it comes to battery test systems. We also have libraries which have more or less the entire cycles built in so that we can support the customer. and we guide them along the way from a greenfield, so to say, to the ready test bed. Okay. Thanks again, and thanks to the audience for watching. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Don't forget to contact us. Stay safe and stay charged.